The film, Bodyguard, High Risk Rescue, begins with an intense opening sequence. We are introduced to two martial arts brothers training together. This is John Lee, who notes his brother's iron fist technique has improved. And this is Wu Lin, who humbly replies that it's nothing compared to his. John Lee asks if their master is still holding a grudge. They visit their master. John Lee begs for forgiveness. He confesses to stealing the prized iron boots in the past. The master sternly banishes John Lee, calling him a scoundrel. John Lee desperately wants to learn the iron kick kung fu. The master deems him unworthy, unlike Wu Lin, fueling John Lee's resentment. Elsewhere, a man pleads for his life before the ruthless crime boss, Mr. Fu. Mr. Fu shows no mercy, stating that extermination is the only fate for traitors. He swiftly executes the man, establishing his cruel nature. Wu Lin arrives at a bodyguard company run by his estranged brother, John Lee. A new client, Mr. Lee, has arrived for a meeting. John Lee warns Wu Lin that the world has changed and to be careful. Wu Lin reminds him of the ancient principle of the iron kick. The protector always dedicates everything to his charge. Mr. Lee reveals why he chose Wu Lin for a special assignment. He explains it's not just because Wu Lin saved him once. The most important reason is that Wu Lin is a simple, honest man. We meet Mr. Lee's daughter, Fei Fei, as she is harassed by thugs on the street. Wu Lin, her newly assigned bodyguard, steps in to intervene. He quickly deals with the troublemakers. Fei Fei, wanting her freedom, tries to pay Wu Lin to leave. She warns him not to make her angry, trying to intimidate him. She explains that being her bodyguard is a dangerous job with daily risks. Wu Lin reveals he already knows everything about her, reciting her personal details. He describes her personality as spoiled, reckless, and stubborn. To her shock, he even knows her body measurements. He declares that whether she likes it or not, he will protect her. In the car, Fei Fei mocks him for not knowing how to drive. She storms out of the car and is immediately harassed by another man. Wu Lin calmly tells her that every part of her body belongs to him to protect. He effortlessly handles the situation, forcing the man to apologize. Fei Fei, defeated, reluctantly apologizes to her hero. At a formal event, Wu Lin stops Fei Fei from drinking a glass of wine. He senses something is wrong with it, causing a scene. To cover his suspicion, he claims the 1980 vintage wine is expired. Furious and embarrassed, Fei Fei tells him she never wants to see him again. As she walks away, she is suddenly ambushed and abducted in the parking garage. Wu Lin springs into action to rescue her from the kidnappers. He confronts the thugs, who mock him for interfering. A brutal fight ensues as Wu Lin takes on the entire group. He uses his superior martial arts skills to systematically defeat them. He saves Fei Fei, proving his worth and the reality of the danger she is in. Later, Fei Fei asks how he knew the waitress who served the wine was an imposter. He explains that his kung fu training sharpens his intuition and observation skills. She admits she's been protected by bodyguards her whole life and has always disliked them. But she concedes that Wu Lin isn't so bad, and their relationship begins to soften. He tells her that her father truly loves her, trying to mend their family bond. In a flashback, Wu Lin's master explains that he was born to practice the iron kick. The master entrusts him with the secrets of the 108 kicks. John Lee summons Wu Lin to an old steel mill, his new headquarters. He orders Wu Lin to stop protecting Mr. Lee's daughter immediately. Wu Lin refuses, saying he cannot, and John Lee questions if he's fallen for her. Wu Lin stands by the protector's principle, which he once shared with his brother. The argument escalates, revealing John Lee's jealousy over the master's favoritism. John Lee coldly states that success requires sacrifice. He challenges Wu Lin to a fight to prove who is superior. The two brothers engage in a fierce battle. John Lee defeats Wu Lin, declaring their brotherhood is over. He tells Wu Lin that from now on, he means nothing to him. Wounded, Wu Lin returns to Fei Fei, warning her that she is now the target. He tells her they must go into hiding until her father can resolve the situation. A flashback shows a young, starving Jiang Li being recruited by Mr. Fu. In their hideout, Fei Fei notices Wu Lin's unusually large and heavy boots. He reveals they each weigh 25 kilograms. He has been wearing them for 8 years and must continue for 2 more. Later, Fei Fei finds Wu Lin motionless, with no pulse or breath. Panicked, she tries to wake him, thinking he's dead. He suddenly wakes up, revealing a secret: his heart is on the right side of his body. He also demonstrates his ability to hold his breath for an extended time. Meanwhile, Mr. Fu confronts a captured Mr. Lee. Fu confesses that he was the one who murdered Lee's wife 15 years ago. He threatens to make Lee watch his own daughter die. Fu explains his philosophy: he can sacrifice anyone to maintain his power. In a flashback, Mr. Lee gives Wu Lin a video to give to his daughter. He makes Wulin promise to continue protecting Fei Fei, no matter what. Mr. Li's final advice to Wulin is that his destiny is in his own hands. Back in the present, Mr. Fu's men locate the coastal hideout. Wulin prepares for the impending assault. He removes his heavy iron boots, unleashing his full speed and power. The assassins storm the house, and a massive battle begins. Wulin moves like a phantom, his kicks and strikes devastatingly fast. He fights with brutal efficiency, protecting Fei Fei at all costs. The fight is a whirlwind of perfectly executed martial arts. He takes down opponent after opponent. Even when outnumbered, his skill is overwhelming. He finally defeats the last of the assassins. Fei Fei watches the video message from her father. He reveals he has terminal liver cancer and not much time left. His final mission is to bring her mother's killer, Mr. Fu, to justice. He tells her he wants her to live a quiet, happy life, away from his world. Wulin, remembering his master's teachings, prepares for the final confrontation. Wulin arrives alone at the steel mill to face Mr. Fu. Fu taunts him, asking if he is not afraid to die. Wulin throws his words back at him, success requires sacrifice. Fu begins to tell a story from many years ago. A flashback reveals a fortune teller examining a baby. The fortune teller claims the child is a mortal curse, an aberration. He blames the child for his wife's death and all his misfortune. The flashback shows the father, a younger Mr. Fu, throwing his own son from a cliff. In the present, Fu cruelly reveals the truth, he is Wulin's father. He tells Wulin he has been hiding for 15 years, but could not escape his cursed son. He challenges his son to see if he is truly as good as they say. Just then, Zhongli arrives, ready to betray Fu. He declares his debt to Fu is paid, after being forced to bury his own brother alive. He now wants Wulin to show him the true secrets of the Iron Kick. The two brothers reunite to fight against Fu's forces. They fight side by side, a formidable team. Zhongli confronts Fu, questioning the master's partiality. But Fu is too powerful, and he mortally wounds Zhongli. In his final moments, Zhongli speaks to Wulin. He admits that Wulin's fate was far more tragic than his own. He urges his brother to live on for the sake of their art, and then dies. Fu tells Wulin that only the strongest survive in this world. He tries to persuade his son to join him, claiming they would be invincible together. Wulin refuses, and the final battle between father and son begins. Wulin lands a fatal blow, but Fu laughs. He reveals Wulin forgot that his heart, like his son's, is on the right. Fu lists everyone who has died around Wulin, calling him a curse. He tells his son to kill him and take everything he has built. But Wulin refuses. He will not kill his father. He declares that he will not become a tragedy like him. Fu screams that he cannot escape his destiny. In a voiceover, Fei Fei says goodbye to her father, telling him she has grown up. Wulin rejects his father's dark view of the world. He says that while his father only saw darkness, he sees hope in it. He walks away, finally free from his past. If you want a recap of your favorite movies and shows, comment below, and don't forget to subscribe, like, and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next ones. See you next time, everyone.